about the water. And speaking of troubled waters, the heavy polluted Orange River snaking through parts of the Southwest is being described as devastating and shocking. So far, there have been a lot more questions than answers from the EPA. That is the government organization that accidentally caused the pollution. Governors in Colorado and New Mexico have already declared states of emergency. Joining me now, Fox News' Alicia Acuna and New Mexico Department of Agricultural Director Jeff Witte. And Alicia, to you first, any new developments or more information, frankly, from the EPA about how in the world this happened?
No, not at this time, Cheryl. And there's been quite a bit of criticism about the EPA in that they have not been very forthcoming, even about the type of toxins that the states are now having to deal with. That's from New Mexico Governor Susana Martinez. She expressed quite a bit of frustration earlier today on Fox News Channel about how she hasn't received enough communication from the EPA, and now her state is planning to sue. Cheryl?
Oh, that is amazing. Jeff, here's the thing. I mean, the EPA, I don't know, the government agency that's taxpayer funded that's supposed to keep the environment clean does this? How bad is this for the EPA?
Well, it's not a good thing for the EPA or frankly for the citizens of Colorado, New Mexico, Utah, and possibly Arizona as this plume flows down the Animas. It's really caused a lot of impacts, and the worst part about this right now today is the unknown. We don't know today what's in the river, what levels, toxic levels, what kind of minerals or other toxins may be associated with that river. And I've got agricultural producers and residents in rural areas that are dependent on that river for their livelihood.
Well, I was going to ask you, Jeff, if you've heard from any of the farmers or the businesses that are along the river. Have they reached out to you? Are they in jeopardy? I mean, at this point, I'm assuming that this toxic mess is dangerous to the health of these residents.
It is, and I attended a public meeting last night in Farmington, and there were well over 300 residents there. And we've had staff and teams out on the ground meeting with these folks. The State Environment Department's testing the wells to make sure their water levels are safe, their water quality is safe. We have livestock producers who are getting water hauled to them that are dependent on this river. They're getting outside water hauled to them. The big challenge right now we're facing is 5 days into this, we've got agricultural producers who are on an irrigation schedule, and their crops are needing to be watered.
I'm sorry, Jeff, and I'm not a farmer, but they can't use that water, correct? I mean, they have no irrigation for their crops whatsoever.
No, they cannot use that water. All the ditches have been shut off with the spill, so there's no water available for them to take care of their crops. Luckily, we've had a little bit of rain that bought us a few days.
Yeah, well, Alicia, I mean, I know that you've been working with our colleagues in Washington, D.C., Alicia, and I'm wondering if there's any calls that you've heard of maybe the head of the EPA needs to be fired. I mean, I know there's a lot of anger in Washington as well as out west where you are.
Yes, actually, and that question has come up quite a bit when you have news conferences with the likes of John Hickenlooper, the governor of Colorado, a Democrat who has said no, he's not going to tell the EPA how to deal with their staff and that we need to move on. The EPA administrator, Gina McCarthy, today said she's trying to approach this from a positive light. She's already been criticized for not even showing up here. We have yet to, up until today, when McCarthy came to the cameras, we have not had anybody come forward here in southern Colorado or New Mexico from the EPA to address the situation. And I've been on media conference calls with the EPA. It's been incredibly frustrating to get any type of questions answered. And I've heard reporters and producers ask over and over again, like, what exactly are we dealing with here? And we cannot get a clear answer.
They don't know. They don't know. Unbelievable and unreal and unacceptable. Alicia, thank you so much. Jeff, our thoughts and prayers go out to all of the farmers there with you, and we do pray for them and hope that they can I hope they're safe at least. Guys, thank you very much to both of you.